Hi everybody, welcome back to Bring Life Indoors. It's Moira here. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for your love and support. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for liking my videos. It all means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. I'm sure you can already guess what I'm going to talk about today. One of my favorite, actually I should stop saying that because every plant I own, really, I say it's my favorite. I'm sure I have it because it's my favorite. But I do have favorites, I must be honest. One of these days I'll do a video on favorites. Yeah. I love all my plants. I love all of them, but I do have favorites. Now, this is one of them, ZZ. So yeah, today I'm talking about ZZ plant. It's a beautiful plant, and again, if you follow me on Instagram or my Facebook page, I'm sure you've seen photos of this beautiful mama. She has grown so much from the first day I brought her home. She's doing very well. She's happy. She's never given me issues. I've never had, and if I say, I'll be lying. She's been good, you know, because I've been good to her. So you take care of them, they'll take care of you. I mean, you make them happy, they'll make you happy. That's what I'm trying to say. So today I thought I'll talk about this beautiful plant and let you know how I take care of mine, and how I keep it happy and alive and happy. You know, it's one thing to keep a plant alive, it's another thing to keep it happy, to make it happy, because you can keep it alive but it's not happy, it's just hanging on with a thread. You know what I mean? I do have one or two of those. I'm sure you've seen in some of my videos. That's, for me at the moment, the one that's hanging on a thread, it's Philodendron Imperial green. Oh yeah, and philodendron, one of the first philodendron Canadu Kubla I bought, those two. At least the Canadu Kubla one, it's okay. I wouldn't say it's hanging on with a thread. It's not hanging on with a thread, it's coming along. But the Imperial green, whew, it's hanging on with a thread. So I'm still looking around. If I find another one, I'm definitely gonna buy it just in case I lose that one, but I'm hoping I won't lose it. So yeah, why am I saying that? I was just saying it's one thing to keep them alive. It's another thing to make them happy, you know, to have a happy plant. So here I've got a happy plant. This Baba is happy, no issues. So I'm just gonna take you through what I do to achieve all this. Well, the full name, I call it ZZ. It's a beautiful name. Hey, ZZ is short for Zamioculcas. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I know I'm not. Zamiifolia, you know. So short we say ZZ. For short we say ZZ. So it's a beautiful plant. I love it. It's absolutely beautiful with fleshy leaves, lovely green color, and it's nice and glossy and shiny. And the stems, they can grow up to 30 centimeters long. And so it's beautiful. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. It was not this big when I bought it. It has grown quite a lot in a very short space of time. They say it's a slow grower. I don't think so. For me, I don't think so. I've got plants here which I think really they are slow growers. This one, compared to them, I don't classify it as a slow grower, according to me. I think if you give it more light, bright light, it tends to grow faster. It tends to grow relatively less slower. So where it's sitting, it's getting a bright indirect light. So yeah, it's one of your easy to care for plants. Now, if we were talking about easy to care for plants, this one will feature, definitely. It will feature. Why? Because it can do well in a bright light environment. It can also do well in a low light environment. You know, that's one of the reasons. The other reason is it doesn't require a lot of care. It's not one of those plants that you need to constantly pay attention to. It does well with a little bit of neglect, believe me. Forget about it. It will be happy that you are not mothering it, you know. So yeah, therefore I consider it easy to care for plant. And when it comes to lighting, like I said, it does well bright or low light or medium light. It does well. It's okay. It's okay with either. And then when it comes to watering, now I treat mine like a succulent because it's a semi-succulent plant. So I treat mine like that because it doesn't like to be overwatered. So to be very honest with you, I let it go bone dry. I want to pick up this pot and it's light, then I know. So I go weeks on weeks before I give this water, and it's happy with that. So yeah, that's why I say you neglect it, it's not gonna be bothered. It's gonna keep on smiling. So it doesn't like to be overwatered. So because with me, I let it go bone dry. Literally, I let it go bone dry. When I do give it water, I make sure that I water it thoroughly, that I know it has had, it really had, I've given it a good drink, because obviously I let it go on and on and on without being watered. So the soil goes very dry. And the other thing, talking about the soil, it likes a well-draining soil. So you can, with your normal potting mix you buy at the shop, you can just add your perlite in there for drainage. It will be happy, you know. It likes a well-draining soil. And fertilizing wise, I fertilize mine once a month, you know. I fertilize mine once a month. So what I usually do is I'll water it. The next time it's time for watering, then I'll fertilize it. And many times it's 3 to 4 weeks, because I take so long before I give this water. So it's basically 3 to 4 weeks. Every 3 to 4 weeks I fertilize it. So I alternate. And let's talk about propagation. Now, just a minute. I'm gonna try and grab this for you. I'm sure you've heard me talk about this beautiful propagation stand. I'll keep on talking about it. I love it. Hope I don't make you tired over it. But anyway, when I first bought it and I repotted it, I broke 2 stems of it accidentally. I broke it. And I didn't yet read up on it. I didn't yet make a research on it to understand how to propagate or how to care for it and all that and all that and all that. I just decided to put it in water and see what happens. And to my surprise, it developed roots. You know, it did. It developed roots. And if you can see, it's even getting those balls that you get with ZZ plants, you know. So I learned without anyone telling me or without reading it up anywhere that actually you can propagate this. And when I went made this a research of my own, I realized, oh, okay. So it actually broke. Just that, yeah, it just broke. It broke off. There was nothing, you know. It's not one of those, it's not like your pothos where you say there must be a node, yada yada yada. It was just a stem that broke off its you know, it broke off the stem, of the other main stem. And all I did was take it and put it into soil, into water, and that's what I got, you know. So, and I realized, wow, it's also very easy to propagate. So it's very easy to propagate. And what I've also learned from making a research, I've never done it. They say you can also propagate with leaves. Now, I've never done it. They say you put them on soil and you must make sure that then you close it up and all that and all that. I'm sure you keep the soil moist, not too wet. I've never done it. I want to try it sometime. And the other way you can propagate, which I saw, yes, you can, is by dividing. When you take it out of the soil, it's very clear that it's one of those plants that you can propagate by dividing it. You know, it's very easy to propagate. You can just divide it. But I must be honest, I've never tried the leaves. I've never tried the leaf cuttings, you know, but I have done this one, and I didn't even know if it was gonna work, and there it is. And I'm going to transplant this today into soil and see how that goes. So it's a beautiful plant. I love it. It's easy to care for, doesn't have issues. You know, on one of my Instagram posts, which I mentioned, which I showcased this plant, was one of the things I said was it's content. Now, when I talk about contentment, when it comes to plant, this is one of them. I mean, this is content. It's one of those, you know, I always look at it when I go around and do my plant routine. The message I feel it sends me when I talk to it and when I check on it, it's like, don't worry about me, I'm cool. Maybe check out on that one or that. You know, it's one of those plants like, I'm cool, I'm fine, I'm super. You know, it's content, you know, as long as you are doing right by it. As long as you're doing right by it, it will be content, it will be happy, it won't give you issues. Now, talking about issues, if you are not doing right by it, you will get issues. It will talk to you. It will send you a message that you are not doing right by me. And what are those? There's 3 of them. Your lower leaves will brown up. Now, if it's just few of them turning brown at the bottom, it's okay. Just take them off, let them fall off. It's okay. You can cut them off. There's nothing wrong with that. It's normal. But if it's a whole lot turning brown, then that means you are overwatering your plant. This plant doesn't like to be overwatered. Like I say, I let mine go on and on and on for weeks on weeks without watering it. And when I do water it, I make sure that I water it thoroughly, you know. And the other thing is, still on the browning of the leaves, if you see your plant, the leaves are turning brown, it's still overwatering. Especially when you touch the leaves and they feel a bit damp. They're not dry, they feel a bit damp. Then you know you are overwatering your plant. So you need to slow down on the watering. You need to check how often you water your plant, and maybe re-look at that and change that, you know, and water it a bit less, you know. And also make sure that it dries out in between watering. That's very important. And number 3, if the tips of your leaves, like I say, mine doesn't have issues. Man, look at this plant. I don't have brown tips. I don't have low brown leaves. It's beautiful. I'm not trying to be funny, but hey, it's nice to have a healthy plant. I mean, why not pat myself on the back and say, yeah, you're doing well. Yeah, it's nice to have a plant which is happy and I'm getting everything right, you know. But then if your tips are getting brown and, you know, and all that, it might be because the air is too dry or the humidity is too low. Then you can, you know, usually if you mist your plant, that will improve the humidity around your plant. Or you can put a tray, pebble, or put a glass of water next to it or something like that. Now, with me, I don't do any of those things. I don't. Once in a while, every time when it's time to water it, I give it a good wash. I give it a good wash. I wash it. I use a solution of water and dish soap. I spray it, I wash the leaves, and I take clean water and I shower it with clean water and I let it drip and dry. That's what I do when it's time to water it, which will be after weeks, like 3 to 4 weeks, you know. So yeah, that's what I do. But I'll be lying to you if I say I regularly go around with a misting bottle and I mist it. I don't. I think where it is, it's happy, you know, it's happy. I've never experienced that problem where my tips gets brown, you know. So yeah, but that's that. It's a wonderful plant to have. It's a beautiful plant to have. Yeah, and it's continuing to grow and all that. So while I am doing this with you, I thought I will transplant this baba, because I've been saying I want to do that, and why not do it together with you? So I'm just gonna tilt my video a little bit. So we're gonna transplant this beauty together. I've got my soil here. It's my potting soil, my Caltera potting soil, my professional Caltera potting soil, and I've added perlite to it. So I'm just gonna put this baba into there and see how it goes. I'm hoping that it will go very well. So I'm just gonna tilt my camera that you see what I'm doing. Okay, so there we go. It's got a drainage hole. It's important. I've drilled a hole onto this. So we're just gonna add soil in there. It's a nice small leaky pot for this two babas. I don't want to go too big. Okay. And then we're gonna transplant it into soil. And I always say, when you transplant your cuttings into soil, it's very important to keep your soil moist for the first few weeks, because obviously you are taking something that has gotten used to sitting in water and putting it into soil, something completely foreign to it. So you don't want to shock it, you know. So I'm just gonna tap it. Just gonna tap it on the side to make sure that all the air in the soil are closed, air bubbles. How cute is that? That's cute, hey? And I love the pot. So that's all we're gonna do. And then once we've done that, just pat. We're gonna give it water to drink. Okay. Wow, it's amazing how I mixed enough mixture. Wow, that's amazing. That was just enough. Okay. So we're gonna give it water. The soil is dry. Okay, there we go. The soil is dry, so I want to make sure that water is going through, because if you take your spoon and you do that, you see it's still dry. I'm just gonna do that a little bit, one more. Yeah, now I think it's okay. It's important to make sure that you've given it enough. Okay. So yeah, there we go. There's my Zizi. Oh, how beautiful is that? I'll keep you informed as to how this Baba is going. Check out my Instagram for it. So yeah, so far so good. I hope it survives this transition and it takes root. It takes root and yeah, and become as happy as its mother. That's it for today. Have yourself a lovely day further. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you liked the video. If you have any comments, please comment down below, and have yourself an awesome day. Bye.